Hey everyone, this is Dottie Kurigel Achiru, coming to you from Talk to Dot. One of the issues that people have a lot is sleep deprivation. They find it difficult to sleep at night, their sleep is constantly disrupted. There's a lot of people with CPTSD and PTSD, and they got a lot of brain trauma and stuff like that. And sometimes this comes about after exiting a traumatic situation or a traumatic relationship, as the case may be. So, one of the things that you need to heal yourself and heal your brain, even for a regular person that doesn't get enough sleep, is sleep. Because when your body shuts down and sleeps, that's the one time that your brain gets to heal and it gets to replenish. The brain is is an organ, it's a part of the body that we kind of ignore a lot of times because we don't really see it, but it is very, very susceptible to trauma. So for instance, a simple thing like a loss of a job or changing location, little small things, or a sad news, it kind of affects little nerves in your brain, and over time the brain begins to deteriorate. But we don't see this because we don't see our brains. So a lot of times for this healing process to take place, you need to have X amount of sleep daily. Now, if you think that cutting off your sleep is a good idea so that you can get some more stuff done, then not really, because you're actually just killing your brain and killing your body eventually. Your body is designed to have a particular amount of sleep every day, and if you try to trick it, trust me, you will be falling asleep in the office. So you will not be as productive as you think you're going to be. So in this video, I want to share with you some tips that can help you sleep, and obviously these are tips that I've tried and have helped me sleep. Can you see my hat? I absolutely love this hat. Okay, seriously, some of the tips that I can share with you today that will help you sleep and sleep better. Number one, when you go to bed to sleep. Don't go to bed to do any other thing, because you have to program your body. You have to trick your brain. Your brain is really smart, trust me. It is so smart, you have no idea. I mean, that's why it's called the brain. So you need to be in bed for sleep. So when you go to bed, make sure you're going there solely for the purpose of sleep. Don't go there to be checking Facebook. Don't go there to be trying to catch up on work, or to be taking phone calls, or to be watching a movie. Go to bed to sleep. So if you begin to program yourself and say, every day I'm going to be in bed by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or 10, 11, or even midnight, if you say that's the time to sleep, make sure at that time of the day you go to your bed and you go there for the purpose of sleeping. Also, another thing that could help is no screens in the bedroom, no screens around bedtime. I used to have a TV, big old TV in the bedroom, and I like to watch a movie before I sleep, or watch a movie and fall asleep. Not really good if you want to sleep. I mean, people watch movies. I used to watch movies and fall asleep, but the point is I watch movies till about 2, 3 a.m. and then I fall asleep. But that's not proper sleep, because your body has worn out and then it's falling asleep. You want to actually just go to sleep. Science has proved that bright lights are not actually good for sleep. It actually, the brain needs to shut down in darkness. Back in the days, once the sun went down and got dark, people just fell asleep. But I mean, I live in London. London never sleeps. Like, if I go to the balcony now, it's these bright lights everywhere. And then what we've done is that we've taken the bright lights into our house. We don't turn the lights off. We don't turn the TV off. We don't turn nothing off. And then obviously social media, you're on your tablet or your phone or something like that. That's not going to help you sleep at all. You find out that even when you do fall asleep, you keep waking up for something, you keep twitching and turning your sleep. Not a very good idea. You need to go to bed, shut off all screens, tablets, laptops, everything, and zero bright light. If you stay in a hot region, you might want to think about cooling yourself down. So sometimes you could try like air conditioning or a fan or something like that to cool the environment, because a lot of times heat doesn't help you sleep better. If your body is hot and sweaty, you're uncomfortable and edgy, so you keep twitching and turning in your sleep, and you're not really comfortable, and you keep waking up. So it's not the best time. It doesn't really help you sleep better. So you probably want to cool the temperature a bit, and then that helps you sleep. Saying that, I do know some people that sleep better in heat, so they like to wrap up a lot, turn the heating on, and that helps them sleep better. So it all depends. These are my tips that help me, and then I'm hoping that sharing them with you will help you sleep better. This one is very important. No afternoon naps. So what you want to do is to dedicate your sleep time for nighttime and try not to fall asleep daytime. Because what happens when you fall asleep daytime is because your body is longing for sleep. So whenever the body can take that sleep from you, it will take it. So if it's daytime, like for people who don't work, or like you have a day off, or on a Saturday, what happens is that you just fall asleep at 1 p.m. or 11 a.m. or something like that at the wrong time, and you just doze off for hours and hours and hours. What's happening to you then is that your body is trying to catch up on the sleep that it's been missing. So what you need to do is to schedule your sleep time for nighttime. If you do feel tired daytime and there's nothing you can do about it, have a power nap. Power nap in the sense that it shouldn't be more than 20 to 25 minutes. Google is your friend. Google it, Google power naps, and check the duration of how long your power nap should be. And because you don't want to sleep longer than that, because it happens to me sometimes, I'm like, I'm going to do a power nap, and then I wake up 4 hours later. Then I complain and say, why am I not sleeping nighttime? If you're like that, what you need is to set your alarm so that once the alarm goes, you kind of wake up, and you have to mentally tell yourself that when you hear the alarm for the power nap, wake up. Do not hit the snooze button. What you could do is sometimes, because you could I'm talking about myself here. You could subconsciously just hit the snooze button, and then you carry on sleeping, and then it becomes a proper sleep as opposed to as opposed to a power nap. So what you could do is you can set your alarm for 20 minutes, 21 minutes, 22 minutes, 23 minutes, 24 minutes. So it's like it's ringing every minute. By the time it rings the 5th time, trust me, you'll get out of bed. So you would have hit it snooze. You hit the snooze button like 4 times. By the 5th time, trust me, your brain will be frustrated about how many times it's been disrupted, and you just have to get up. So that's another tip. If you set your alarm and say, oh, my alarm went and I didn't know when I turned it off, you need to set like 5 or 6 alarms and set it on a minute basis, so that when it rings the first time, snooze, second time, snooze, third time, snooze, and then you get up. So you can thank me later. This one, you're probably not gonna like it, because if you're like me that likes coffee, oh god, coffee. Thinking about it now, after this video, I'm gonna have coffee. Right, if you're like me that likes coffee, what you need to do is that you need to cut off the afternoon caffeine, because caffeine has a way of disrupting sleep. You know, even though I do know some people that caffeine makes them sleep, good for them. But for regular people, you really don't want caffeine after the afternoon. So I know people take it for work to stay awake and stuff like that. But the truth is, if your body is well rested, you would not need caffeine to keep you awake. So the issue is kind of like a cycle. You don't sleep well at night, you can't stay awake daytime, so you need caffeine to function daytime and keep you awake. So you use caffeine to stop yourself from sleeping, and then in the night it affects your sleep, and you don't sleep well nighttime. You don't sleep well nighttime, and then daytime you need to keep awake, so you take caffeine. So you need to switch that cycle so that you can still have your caffeine if you want to, but have it anytime between whenever you wake up and midday. After midday, no caffeine. I'm talking about coffee, tea, fizzy drinks that have caffeine and stuff like that. You need to actually cut them off after midday. These are all tips that you could try and see how that works for you. Now, if you do yoga and stuff like that, and if you do like meditation and stuff, one thing that's good is your breathing pattern. So if you breathe through your chest like trust me, not good for your sleep. It actually creates anxiety and stress. Your brain will not shut down when there's a lot of anxiety and stress. So what you need to do is to change your breathing pattern. So you take a deep breath and release after 3 seconds. Concentrate on your breathing. I mean, after a period of time, you will master it and not have to do so much concentration. At the early stages, what you need to do is to master or focus on the breathing, because you focusing on the breathing is actually going to help you shut down. By the time you do it a couple of times at night, you will fall asleep. Now, all of these tips have to come together. So don't go to bed for sleeping but leave the screen on. Don't go to bed, turn the screen off, take caffeine and then do the breathing. Or you have to do everything together so that it works. Okay, diligence. Right. This is really good as well. Exercise. If you exercise in the morning, it helps you function better daytime, and then by the time you get to the nighttime, your body is ready to sleep. So exercise is amazing for you. Now, when I say exercise, you don't have to go to the gym and be like pop kind of thing. You can just do like power walks, stretches and stuff like that. Just do enough to kind of like, losing the body, losing your muscles and all of the tension and stuff like that. That helps you function better daytime. It makes you active and you actually get a lot done daytime. Make sure you do all you need to do daytime so that at nighttime it's dedicated to sleep. Exercise. Lavender oil. I don't know the brand or whatever. I'm not going to be recommending any brands, but what you need to do is to get some lavender oil. Works like magic. Just a drop on your pillow and it will help you sleep. Sometimes you can just a little on your shoulder, but just put a drop on your pillow and see how that works. That's a good tip as well. The other thing as well is chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is actually amazing. It's a green tea, so there's no caffeine or anything, but it helps relax your nerves and it helps to put you in a sleep mode. So get some chamomile tea, and that helps as well. It's not one of the most pleasant taste, but as I was told when I was growing up as a kid, anything that tastes good is not really good for you, and anything that doesn't taste nice and is really horrible is probably what's best for your body. If you're someone who likes to plan ahead and stuff like that, you want to do all your planning before nighttime. Don't go to bed and just before bedtime you're like, I've got this meeting, I need to do shopping, I need to do that. If you do that just before you fall asleep, your brain is already hyperactive and your brain is trying to process all this information and thinking there's something to do here, there's something to do there. Remember, one thing I need to do is, like, your brain is a machine of its own, right? Your brain is on a whole new level. It's on another level that you can't even understand. So you want the brain to relax. Do all of your planning daytime or up until evening, and then when it's time for sleep, stop that planning. I think, oh, but I had this idea, I don't want to forget. Get a notebook or the notes in your phone. Get that note, put down the point saying shopping, visit mom, call daddy, buy land. Do that, write it down, look into it the next day. The fact that you've written it down and put it away, your brain knows that that bit is sorted, so it doesn't have to keep trying to think about how to sort that out. Your brain can actually relax. So remember, sleep is beneficial for your mental health, for your productivity. The last point actually is music, soothing music, ambient music, classical music, binaural beats. I've actually created a playlist that can help you sleep. It's got a couple of videos there with binaural beats, classical music, stuff that can, ambient sounds that can help you sleep. The link to the playlist is below this video, so click on it and play this music. Just leave it running. You don't have to actually encant or chant anything to the music. Just let it play in the background and that will put you in the mood. So not too loud. You can put your earphones on, and like I said, these are things that I've tried that have helped my sleeping, and let me know your thoughts on it. So there's a couple of videos there. Just put them in a loop and let them play and see how it works. Now, this is not magic. Like, you cannot change your body pattern overnight or in 24 hours. So with these tips, you have to let them run for a period of time. It's almost like exercise and dieting. You don't diet today or exercise today and expect to have six-pack tomorrow. Some people think that, but that doesn't happen. So what you need to do is to do it for a period of time. Give yourself like anything between 6 to 8 weeks to begin to see some sort of results, and then carry on after the 8 weeks, and then your brain will begin to accept that this is the way forward and this is the pattern. Remember, your brain is a very interesting, underestimated machine. I'd like to call the brain a machine because that's exactly what it is. It is very, very smart, and it's got a mind of its own, literally a mind of its own. So you need to program your brain. So if you like this video and you like the tips in it, give a thumbs up and let me know. If you have any other tips that you try, leave a comment in the comment section below. Remember, sleep is beneficial for your mental health and better health and your productivity. Good luck, and let me know in the comments.